Good evening, and welcome to my new documentary special called My Time. And today I'm going to be taking y'all back to when I first, started getting on musically and stuff. Starting to sing, rap, and well, I've always been a dancer, so I don't think there's really like a beginning to that I can recall. So let's take it back to the year 2014. It's summertime. Me and my mom, we moved to Bahrain in the Middle East, near the Persian Gulf. I was 11 at the time we moved out there, but I was about to turn 12 that summer, which was when we moved out there. Fast forward to when I started going to a youth center over there called the Teen Center on the military base where my mom was working. Like like if I wasn't going to school, then we'll both wake up, we'll go to the base together, and then we'll be in the food court getting breakfast and stuff. Cause military, you go in early. So at that time, like, she was okay with me being by myself when she would head off to work. So we'll be in the food court, we'll get breakfast, and yeah, we'll split our own ways. So she'll go to her job. Me, I'll stay at the food court until I'm done with my breakfast. Then I'll probably hang out at the gym, meet with some friends over there, and we'll just wait for the teen center to open. And yeah, stuff like that. That's something I barely even talk about, but yeah, I really miss those days though. But yeah, back to the whole music thing. So yeah, so at the teen center, I remember that summer, summer 2014, when two musical artists, or two female musical artists, came in to do a workshop with us, and one of them I kept in touch with recently. Yeah, so they came in to do a workshop with us. They was breaking down, how to do music and stuff like that, how to record songs. And then one day, they brought in their music equipment, like microphones and stuff, and it was me and other teenagers that were writing our verses, and some of us sang, some of us rap. Me at the time, I couldn't really sing like that good, so I was like, I'm just gonna try rapping. And this was the first time I was being exposed to writing a rap song. And but in this case, the song we all did together wasn't really a rap song. It was just more like a song with a combination of singing and rapping. So but yeah, that's what we did. I mean, obviously, I needed help writing my verse, because, like, again, this was my first time writing a rap verse. So yeah, those two artists, like, they helped me out with my part. And then, oh yeah, the song was called "Don't Be Afraid." I think I have a video of me dancing to it. I think I do. But then after doing the song, we immediately went straight to shooting a music video for it. And this is the only time I've ever been exposed to just doing music videos, and like actual music videos, and not just videos of me recording myself, like like this, like what's it gonna be like when you roll up to a party, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but that was the only time I ever did like an actual music video, and even though it wasn't one of my songs, but either way, like it was still fun. The song was called "Don't Be Afraid" again. Uh, I haven't really done a song since then. Like, I've always liked singing and dancing and rapping, even though I wasn't really good at it. But I've always liked that stuff, but I never really saw myself pursuing that as a career for myself. Summer 2016, 2 years after me and mom moved to Bahrain, was when we moved back to America, moved back to Virginia, because that's where we were before we left for Bahrain. I remember that summer, I'm going into my freshman year in high school. Back then, I was a bit more cringy than I am now. I was doing stuff that, like, it would get a lot of attention if it was done by a professional company, like award shows and talk shows and stuff like that. Me personally, like, I did stuff like that, but like my own way. And with this being my YouTube channel, like it don't get a lot of views, but I still did it anyway. And the reason I'm bringing that up was because summer 2016, again, leading to freshman year, was when I did this little thing called the D-Man Show. I did 3 seasons. I just did random stuff. I was, hanging out with friends. I was just doing random stuff based on, like, Ninja Turtles and, how to use a bow staff like Donatello and, doing Michael Jackson dances. Because, I'm a huge fan of Michael. My 5 inspirations for my thing for being an artist, I like New Edition, Bobby Brown, and shout out to cast and crew of the New Edition story. Like, y'all had that movie take over my mind of, like, oh wow, it's New Edition, BBD, Ralph Johnny, Bobby Brown, stuff like that. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to New Edition as well. But yeah, New Edition, Bobby Brown, Will Smith, Fresh Prince. I mean, come on, like, you can't go wrong with the Fresh Prince. Justin Bieber. I'm looking forward to that new album. And Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has always been, like, the one artist I would always, listen to. And before him was Justin Bieber, and that was only because he came out with the Never Say Never movie at the time. That was way back in 2011. And that was before I started liking Michael Jackson. Like, I never even heard of Michael Jackson at the time, but I don't know how I heard of him. But eventually I'm like, I'm going to see if I like this Michael Jackson guy. Let's see what he's all about. And I'm telling you, for like 2-3 years, it's been, if not Ninja Turtles, it's been nothing but Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. Stuff like that. Yeah, it was like that for about 2 to 3 years before we moved to Bahrain. And it was still like that when we moved to Bahrain. But yeah, fast forward back to 2016. So yeah, I did the D-Man Show, 3 seasons, Ninja Turtles, Michael Jackson, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's all for 2016. Now let's fast forward to near the end of 2017. And this is a whole year after I did the whole, D-Man Show thing. It's my sophomore year in high school. Or no, it's the beginning of my sophomore year in high school. I don't know why or how it came about, but I just started writing 1-minute Instagram songs. And the first song I think I wrote was Taking Over the Show. And at that time, how I was recording my stuff, because, like, again, I couldn't really sing very good at the time, so of course I'm going to use auto-tune, because I thought it would help me sound better. But I don't use auto-tune anymore. But back then, I felt like I kind of needed it. But yeah, the way I would record my stuff on iMovie, where, like, I would sing my parts on this app called Vocalo or Veloco, or something like that. I would download a beat making app on my iPad, which I'm using to record this right now. A beat making app, and I'll make a beat. I didn't really know anything about tempos and pitches at the time. I never really had my earliest stuff set on a certain tempo. Like if the tempo was 100, like my song "You Wish," like it says, instead of sounding like, it'd be like, but I mean, I would still be on beat though, like, and then, like, I'll make the beat first. I'll put it on iMovie. I'll record the beat on my phone so I can, hear it back, like, in my earphones when I'm using vocal, whatever, to record my singing parts. And I've been doing it like that for about a month. Taking Over the Show, that was like the first song I ever wrote. And again, this is me getting started. At the time, I was feeling more like a rapper than a rapper and a singer, since, like, again, like, I couldn't sing. And then, but what was funny though? During that year at school was the first time I was considering doing one of their musicals. And that year, the musical they were going to do that year was The Addams Family. I have no interest in Addams Family, but I mean, I was willing to give it a shot. But I've always been a great dancer. I remember I'm saying with my drama teacher, because I had drama class that year, and I'm like, hey, is it possible I can try out? Maybe I can, just dance. And I remember the teacher was like, oh no, you have to sing and dance. I cannot sing, or I couldn't sing at the time. So I'm like, fine, forget it. Like I couldn't have been part of like the dance ensemble or something, cause that's what they had. The two musicals that happened after that I was a part of, and yeah, so I'm like, forget it. And but then yeah, back to my music. So yeah, iMovie, Beatmaker, you know, and I was doing it like that for about a month. It was late December, early January. I downloaded GarageBand, and I started making beats on that. And come to find out that on GarageBand they have all kinds of beats and musical instruments that you can use in your songs. I couldn't tell you how excited I was about that, because a lot of the beats I heard on there sounded really, really good, and I wanted to use them. And I think the first song I did on GarageBand was Summer's the Best. And this was the first time I was starting to learn how to operate a microphone on GarageBand, and how to record, where you should be, where you record, because it's got to be quiet in the background. There can't be no background noises, not even stuff like that cannot be heard in the background. Like, it's got to be just your voice. At the time, I was learning, so of course I wasn't gonna really care how it came out. Like, I just wanted to do music and get it heard in public, cause that's how fearless I was of my music at the time. But looking back at it, I'm like, man, I should have just waited until I did Just Being D-Man, cause that's the first song that gave me a lot of attention at school. Cause if people were to see me in the hallways, they'd be like, "Yo, D-Man, Just Being D-Man." Yeah, before that, there was nothing about, "Yo, D-Man, my forever love," or "You're my best friend," stuff like that. But yeah, so I was doing it like that, with the GarageBand and how I was operating my microphone. I was doing it like that for months. Yeah, I put out a lot of, little mixtapes and EPs that at the time I considered albums. Until recently I learned that an album has to be over 30 minutes long, and if it's not, it's considered an EP, an extended play, for those who don't know what that means. But yeah, so the first album I put out, for those who probably don't know, was last summer on my birthday, called #DMan Forever. Then I did a deluxe album on that, so if you haven't already, go check it out. It's good. But yeah, back to 2018. So yeah, I was doing it like that for a while, for months, and then come late summer 2018, the beginning of my junior year in high school, I created the one song, It's Just Being D-Man, and that song started getting a lot of attention. At the time, I was just a SoundCloud rapper. I didn't necessarily have enough money to afford getting my music uploaded on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. I mean, I tried though. I really did try, but I guess I just needed money for it, which is why I started working at the beginning of my senior year. But yeah, back to my junior year. So yeah, I did Just Being D-Man. That song did really, really well, and because of that, I did an album of the same. No. I'm sorry. No, it's not an album. It's an EP. I did an EP of the same name as the song. Other songs on the EP that I enjoyed doing were You're No Good For Me, My Lady, It Is So Scary, and Don't Play Me Like That. And then there's another song on there that I never thought it would be on the EP, but I had to do a project for my history class, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. And the teacher knew that, I do music, so she like, well, do a rap on it. I'm like, I don't be doing no rap on no presidents and stuff. I don't do that. But, it's never a bad thing to try something new. So that's what I did. And I showed the song to the class, and they liked it. And that ended up on my EP for Just Being D-Man. But then I took it down when I put the whole EP on SoundCloud. And then, and because I felt like Just Being D-Man did pretty well, that I did a sequel called Just Being D-Man 2. And the only songs on there that got some attention was I Live the Way I Want to Live, Date Night, and Bad Guys Win, Good Guys Lose. Date Night, that's the one that got some attention from mostly my friends in Bahrain. Anytime I would like go live on Instagram and they would pop up on it, they'd be like yo, D-Man sing Date Night. I'm like, bruh, like, I'm putting out all these new songs and that's the song y'all want to hear. Like, give me one sec. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I had to do some laundry. But yeah, so yeah, I did Just Being D-Man 2, and one song on there was Day Night that got most attention in Bahrain. That's like their favorite song by me, as far as I know. Since then, there's been times when I feel like I was putting out good music, and after that, I was putting out bad music. Or actually, like, it wasn't bad, it was just like I could have done better. It ain't like my music is inappropriate, like, come on, like I'm better than that. But yeah, so when I say bad music, I'm talking about music that I could have done better on. So yeah, there were times when I was doing good music. There were times I was doing bad music, and there were times when I'm like, or actually, it was either good or bad, either way. So yeah, that's what it was like after doing Just Being D-Man. It was the year after they did the Addams Family musical. They were doing a musical called Seussical. And it's a musical featuring, Dr. Seuss characters from, Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, The Grinch, all that stuff. I remember I wanted to play Horton the Elephant. I wanted to play him so bad. Like, there was a song that he sings with JoJo that I wanted to do really bad. I'm like, I'm alone in the universe, so alone in the universe. And doing that musical was the first time I was ever exposed to, like, different vocal ranges and how to do the right pitches, and I was still learning tempos, sorry. But yeah, I'm still learning. I was cast as General Genghis Khan Schmids. He's the leader of a military group in Whoville. And I didn't find out until later on in the production where, he's part of the Who's. So it ain't like he's part of the jungle. but actually doing that character was a lot of fun. I remember the director, he wanted me to approach the character as Michael Jackson in the military. And again, like I love Michael Jackson. Like, I really do. So I knew then, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to have a lot of fun with this character. And yeah, he let me moonwalk, he let me, do the kick, all that. I remember when we were trying to, promote the musical, like we would, make posters and staple them all over the school halls, and even school classrooms. Like, I remember I would walk into classes and I would see like a poster or two of Seussical the musical, and I have a friend, shout out to Amelia, she made the posters too, and the way she designed me in my costume for my character was beyond extraordinary. Like she even had my hair look right, cause like it didn't look like this at the time. It was more of a high top fade, cause I was always cutting like this stuff off, like right here. Yeah, I was always cutting it off. But either way, like she had my hair looking really good. Shout out to Amelia. That artwork was dope. And yeah, but yeah, back to the promotion. So I'm thinking, you know what? Like, I am working on a new EP, and I feel like if I do a song for Seussical, I could put on my EP as well. So I'm talking with the director. I'm like, hey, I got this song. I think you might like it. I was thinking about using it to promote the musical and stuff like that. So I recorded a Seussical rap, and I actually managed to get it played on the intercom for like the whole school to hear like 2 or 3 times. And that was the first time I ever had my own music played on the intercom. And that was until my senior year. They had me be the DJ. That's what they call the person that's playing the music, like in between classes and in the morning and after school. So yeah, that's what I was doing. And so I did a Seussical rap. I was trying to promote it with that. I put that on my EP. That EP, I mean, some songs I like Party in My House, Seussical rap, You Make Me Feel Good. And I know some people that were in my men's choir last year, they kind of liked the song "Baby I Need You," like "Baby, baby, baby, I need you." You know, again, good music, bad music, could have done better, blah blah blah. And I remember, oh, okay, so after Suzical, I did an EP called "The Right Man," and that's one of the few EPs that I did before that I actually liked. Now there were 3 songs on that EP. 3 of them I'm not too proud of, but the other 3 were "The Right Man," "Dancing the Night Away," and "I Got Your Back." Those are the only songs that should have been on the EP. Looking back at it, cause like it still would have been an EP. But yeah, I enjoyed making those 3 songs, and I remember just back then it was the class of 2019. They were graduating, and I remember I was feeling kind of upset seeing my senior friends leave. And me, I'm about to become a senior. It's kind of sad thinking about that at times. And, that summer, I was in the process of doing a new EP, or it was new at the time, called "All I Would Give." Now that's the #1 EP I'm glad I made. Every song in that EP, I enjoy hearing it to this day. Songs like "All I Would Give," "Soul to My Heart," "Party in the Backyard," "Good Vibes," "Just Kick In," and "My Girl Forever." Those are all the songs that are on the EP. That whole summer I was doing my own little, music videos. Or at the time I called them music videos, but like these days, like I don't want to do a music video if it's just me recording myself singing my stuff like here in my bedroom. Otherwise I would call it a performance, cuz I am performing my stuff, so why not call it a performance? So yeah, that summer I was putting that EP together while at the same time doing music videos for pretty much all the songs. Oh wait, you know what? It was that summer actually. I was actually doing 2 EPs. "All I Would Give" and "Summer Blues." On the "Summer Blues" EP, there were songs like "Summer Days." That's one of my songs that a lot of people like, or a lot of people that I know like. Yeah, "Summer Days," "Living the Fantastic Life," "Summertime Love." I like that one. I feel the summertime loving all through my skin, all in my skin. I don't know. I forgot the words already. But it was those 3. "Happy Birthday" from DManTheTakeover. I send that song out to any one of my friends like on their birthdays. It was those songs and "All I Would Give." I dropped "Summer Blues" on my birthday. I was turning 17 that year. And then about a couple months after that, I dropped "All I Would Give." And yeah. And then after that, I was starting to make a transition from GarageBand to BandLab. I wouldn't recommend that for myself, but y'all welcome to try it. But yeah, it was after "All I Would Give." It was either October or November, around there. I had recorded a song called "Mindset" that I wouldn't drop until January of 2020. And it was after "Mindset" I started recording songs on BandLab, and at the time I thought my stuff was coming out pretty good, but looking back at it, it's like the beats, they could have sounded better, and my vocals, like I could have used a better mic, cause like I had a different microphone than the one I have now, even though I don't know how to operate any of them. I put maybe 1 or 2 EPs of songs that I created on BandLab, but I took all those down because I don't like them anymore. But the one song I did record on BandLab that I enjoyed remixing on GarageBand was "You Wish." That song, oh my gosh. Fun fact, the last music video that I did at school before the coronavirus was for the song "You Wish," the remix. I had fun doing that one. Yeah. I was watching it the other night. I'd say it was around early March before COVID started. I got back to doing songs on GarageBand, and I would take all my songs from BandLab and remix them on GarageBand and put out a remix album. But then I took that down as well. But I kept the remix for "You Wish." You can check that out on SoundCloud. And when COVID began, that's when I was starting production on what would become my first album, #DMan Forever. But before that, there's a song I did on BandLab that I also liked other than the remix for You Wish. It was the 2020 graduation rap. Before COVID began, my original plan was to get one of my friends to put the song in her video for the class of 2020, and like she was gonna play it at graduation day, but she wanted to use a different song for that video, but she wanted to put it like a different video using my song on the Twitter account for class of 2020. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then yeah, it was gonna be like that before COVID came around. And then when it did come around, at that time, as far as the song goes, like I was really excited to drop it. Like I liked how it sounded and everything, and I wanted to drop it early, but then I'm like, nah, it wouldn't be a good time. So when COVID came around, I'm like, you know what? Why not? On April 3rd, 2020, I dropped the 2020 graduation rap, and that did pretty well. It currently has 364 streams on Spotify. But I didn't download the app Spotify for Artists until a little while back. But had I downloaded it then, I could have seen all the numbers it was getting at that time. But another cool thing about that song was there's over 500 videos of people using that song on TikTok. Like literally. And I would check in on TikTok like every other day to see like new videos of people using that song, like for like, you know, people getting their cap and gowns from the school and having their graduation ceremonies and graduation ceremonies at home, because you know virtual stuff. That's when all that virtual stuff began. And then, but yeah, that song did really well. Finally, we made it. I still have my cap and gown. I don't think I want to get rid of it. It brings back memories. And I remember after I dropped that, I got a haircut. I participated in the parade that they had for the class of 2020. And some of my friends from the school I was going to was also there as well. So I got to take pictures with them and all that. It was real fun. And what was cool was that the whole parade, like I'm in the car with my mom, my dad, my little sister, and we're just non-stop playing the 2020 graduation rap from my mom's stereo, like the whole parade. Like it was non-stop. And like, cause I don't know, I just thought it was cool at the time. And after the parade, they started doing that whole, like when you go into the school, they have you, like it's like them little like drive-by things. It's like you stay in your car and you wear a mask and all that, and then they'll hand you your cap and gown and all that. And it was like that. We did that a couple of times to get my cap and gown and to return my choir outfit that I rented. And the second to last time I recall going over to the school during COVID was to get my diploma and get pictures taken with the principal and some of my friends. And I did a TikTok with one girl doing the graduation song. And the very last time I ever went to the school was to get my yearbook. I remember going home that day, looking at that yearbook, just going through all the memories. I do miss all my friends though. I'm in college now, but I kind of regret it now. I mean, I don't know why. It's just cause like at the time when I was enrolling into college, I had this mindset of, okay, my friends are doing it, so why not? Just go for it. It wouldn't be a bad decision anyway, so why not go for it? But now, shoot, I mean, I regret it. But I'm not saying I want to drop out, even though I kind of do. But I don't know. I'll just stay in school. That's what they always say, or that's what people always say. I do miss all my friends, and it's a shame we don't keep in touch with each other anymore like we used to, but hopefully things are still cool between us. Back to my music. So the first song I can recall recording for #DManForever was Get Funky With It, and that song was inspired by two songs. It was Can't Let Her Get Away by Michael Jackson, mostly because of I like how the beat sounded, like bam, you know, stuff like that. And then the other song was Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith, mostly because of like the lyrics and the flow, you know, stuff like that. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. I know you know my. I'm forgetting the words already. Get Funky With It was inspired by those two songs. I created a great beat. I really regret not making an instrumental version because, like, performing that live, like, they would have to hear my vocals live because, like, I would do it live, but then in the background, they can hear my vocals on the actual track. So, yeah, I regret that. Well, that and not doing a proper instrumental for the song I See You, which is my favorite song that I've ever done in my life. That's also on the hashtag DManTheTakeover album. But the song I See You, that's the one song it almost wasn't gonna make the cut. This was my first album, not really doing auto-tune if I was going to sing, so because at this point in my life, like I'm starting to feel confident with my singing, but I wasn't confident with how that song sounded, so I immediately dropped it. But then I remember, you know, I'd be in the car just thinking like, I did for your satisfaction. Like, I felt like that song, like it could really be something for me. Like, cause I liked how I sang the pre-chorus. Like, I did it for your satisfaction. I did it for your satisfaction. I did it for your interaction. Girl, we be trying to have fun. You're the one I like. You getting me. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put that song on the album, and yeah, and then yeah, that's what I recommend. That's what I'd be recommending to people that be hearing my music for the first time. Like, hey, I highly recommend y'all listen to Get Funky With It and I See You. Those two songs on the album, yeah. But the first single that I put out for the album was Dodge. And that's the coronavirus rap. And I figured, you know, since COVID was beginning, people, they could use, you know, some positive, uplifting lyrics based on coronavirus, like, you know.
Don't give up hope because all isn't lost. A deadly disease is what we need to dodge.
Stuff like that. So that's the first single I put out. Okay, I put it out in May 17th, 2020. And then my next single in June was the sequel to the Summer Days song. And I think that one did better than the first, even though a lot of people still like the first, or as far as I know. But I always think like, I feel like Summer Days deserves a sequel, and I feel like people would like it as well. So, you know, I did the sequel, and I can compare and contrast how different the production was for, you know, each version, whether it's the first one or the second one. First one, like, you know, I did the beat, no tempo, auto-tune, getting my mic set up right. I didn't sound too bad on Summer Days, to be honest, but I did sound a bit better on Summer Days too, though. But I kept the auto-tune, like when I'm singing the line, Summer Days, Summer Days, Summer Days. Yeah, like I kept that same take from the first one. I put that on the second one as well. So it ain't like I re-recorded that part, because I never did. Like, I kept that one. Come July, I dropped Get Funky With It. I was excited about that one. I felt like that could have been bigger. But you know what? To make it better, I actually managed to get Funky With It played at a roller rink. And let me tell you, that was one of the happiest nights of my life. On the real, cause you know, I was watching a few people dance to it. They were actually enjoying it, and I was hearing some people sing the words like "get up, get up," like that's something you hear towards the end of the song. Get up, oh get up. So as y'all know, you know, last summer that was a big one. You know, protesting and Black Lives Matter, which they do. The George Floyd and Breonna Taylor murders, that sparked a lot of outrage across the U.S. And I remember one day looking at Instagram, I came upon a story talking about how the Black Lives Matter protests were the biggest civil rights movement in history, and I'm like, whoa, okay, all right, okay, all right. I like that. It's pretty cool. So wait, let's rewind a bit back to say April or May. It was around there when this company in LA called Soul Pancake, they were in association with Walden University. They reached out to me and two of my friends from class of 2020 from the school. They interviewed us and we were talking to each other about how COVID impacted this, that, and the third, and what we do and all that. One of my friends, like, she does I don't know what she does. I forgot. I gotta look back at the video, but my other friend, she was the historian, and that's the one I was trying to get to like have my graduation song played at graduation. But I mean, either way, I mean, it doesn't really matter now, so forget about it. But she's the historian. She got to like take pictures of special moments like throughout the year, like homecoming and prom. Even though we didn't really get that. My other friend though, so Soul Pancake and Walden University, they gave her like some sort of gift card for like books and tuition and stuff, stuff like that. And dorms as well. And then the historian, she Ava, that's her name, Ava. They gave her a new camera to take high quality photos and all that, and they gave me an actual microphone, a MacBook Pro, so I can record better music. But to this day, I do not know how to operate that microphone properly. So the way I record my music now is like, I'm sitting in this position right now with this iPad, which is what I used to record on myself, and I'll just speak to it like this, like la 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 la. But I make sure the area is pretty quiet. Usually it is quiet up here, but I mean it ain't like I care. So yeah. But yeah, that's how I do my music nowadays. But that don't mean it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, my stuff still comes out pretty good. Yeah, that was a special thing for Soul Pancake and Walden University to do for the three of us. All right, fast forward back to August. So yeah, Black Lives Matter, protesting, big civil rights movement. So I did a song based on that called Free. That one did pretty good. I remember there were days I was waking up, it would have more streams on Spotify than it did like a couple days before. And to this day, it has over 1,000 streams. But I don't think a lot of people be giving me feedback on that. It's still a great song. But yeah, so I did Free, and then about a week or two later, I dropped the song Vibin'. That one did pretty well. I got friends that be like, yo, D-Man, play Vibin', blah, blah, blah. I just be putting out stuff, you know what I'm saying? Looking back on when I was creating I See You, I feel like that should have been dropped as a single before I dropped #DManForever, like the whole album. Like, that's how great of a song I feel like it is, So it was weeks later after Vibin'. It was my 18th birthday, August 30, 2020. I'm 18 now. I'm about to be 19 this year. Yeah, I put out the album. People were wishing me happy birthday. I'm like, thanks, but make sure to check out that album. I dropped it today, blah, 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 Songs include If I Choose You, Best Angel, Greater Heights, all those songs I mentioned that I put out this year. So after #DManForever was the first time I put out a deluxe album for that album called #DManForever, the deluxe edition. And on the deluxe edition, there were 5 additional songs. It was My Home, My World, Tell Me, Stay Flexin', and Mike. And Mike, that's a tribute to Michael Jackson. Even though it's only a minute long, but it's still pretty good. I didn't really know who else to look up to. Definitely noticed how a lot of fans loved you. It was around September. I started working on music for the album that I'm dropping in April it's basically called Donovyn. It's like the way it looks on the album cover, it like like it's spelling my name. You know, Donovyn. For those who don't know how to spell my name, because people automatically assume my name is spelled Donovan or Donavyn or something like that. It's just like, no, it's Donovyn. So September, I recorded 2 songs. Actually, it was like around September, October. It was around there. I recorded 2 songs called Me and You and Call You on the Phone. And originally, I was thinking about putting those 2 songs on my Valentine's album, or Valentine's compilation album, sorry. But I'm like, you know what? Psst, man, forget it. I'm just gonna put Me and You on there, cause like I called the compilation album Me and You, the Valentine's compilation. It was around November. I recorded a song called Sunset, and at the time, I'm like, okay, this song is amazing. It has to be put out. It has to be put out as a single. So I'm trying to figure out when I should drop it. And I'm thinking, okay, like I want to drop this album in April. I feel like I have a song set to be put out as a single in March, and I have an album, a Valentine's album in February. But what about January? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna drop Sunset in January. So that's what I did. That one did doing alright. But I did get some feedback on it, because I've been asking a lot of people about, hey, what you think of Sunset, blah, 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 blah. And, like, I even created a post screenshotting, you know, conversations with some of my friends. Like, you know, like one friend said this, the other friend said that, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I did. Yeah, so I put out Sunset in January. It's pretty good in my opinion. It was late November. Sunset was done a little early November, but late November, I recorded a song called My Time, in parentheses, Shine My Light. Let me tell you, when I heard it for the first time, like it being put all together, like the first thing you hear in the song is, whoa, okay. Like Sunset was good, but this right here is a banger. Like this has to be put out. Like this has to be put out as a single. So originally, I was gonna release "Call You on the Phone" as a single in March, but after recording "My Time, Shine a Light," I'm like, you know what? Like "Call You on the Phone," that could be one of the best songs on the album that wasn't put out as a single. And same thing with "I See You," even though I did put that out as a single in like around November, but I mean, I'm sure some artists do that anyway. Like they'll put out singles after an album was released, and those singles are from that album. But either way, so instead of "Call You on the Phone" being put out in March, I decided that "My Time, Shine My Light" will be put out in March instead. So hopefully y'all like that song. And since then, in December, I was recording quite a few songs, and that's pretty much my story on being a music artist. For me, it's cool how I transitioned from being that little boy in 2014, just trying to find his way into the music stuff, to 6 years later, being a high school graduate with a job and, putting out some better music than the music he was putting out a couple of years before. I like how well I transitioned, even though I feel like there's some things back then I could have done better, but I mean, it don't really matter now. Like these days, if I like how a song sounds, then I'll put it out. If I don't like it, then I'm not gonna necessarily delete it unless I just really feel like it. But if I don't want to delete it, then I'm just gonna keep working on it until eventually it sounds really good. And yeah. Well, I hope this story has been pretty fun to. I hope this story has been pretty fun for y'all to hear. I've come a long way. I still got a long way, and yeah. I just can't wait to see what my future gonna look like. Hopefully it won't be as disappointing as I feel like it could be. Like I want it to be all out extraordinary, because I see a lot of people probably around my age that are at the top of their game right now, and at one point either they fall or they fall but then get back up. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't want that to happen to me. I want to stay at the top for the rest of my life. Like that's what's up. And yeah, I just want people to know me not only as Donovyn James, but as DManTheTakeover. You know, that guy that was dancing in the hallways and at school and always doing the Michael Jackson stuff. And but come years later, he's putting out songs like Just Being D-Man and Summer Days. And yeah. But yeah. But before I go, I forgot to mention this, but in December I put out a song called My Gift. And then weeks later I put out a Jingle Bells remix on SoundCloud, so make sure you go check that out. But yeah, that's all the music. That's all the music that I'm going to be, telling y'all about. So I hope you enjoyed this documentary. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, And my new album, Donovyn, will be out on April the 14th. So, yeah, I'm just going to stop it there. I'm kind of... Bye! Bye! Bye.
No, 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 no. Oh, yeah.